This next song we're going to do for you is about summer vacation. Do you remember that when you're about 8, 10 years old?
Yeah.
Better than Christmas. It was longer.
Bigger.
Great time in your life. At our house, summer vacation was pretty simple. My father was a Marine Corps aviator, flew helicopters. And you'd think the man would be safety conscious. He ran the summer vacation. He was to blame for this. His idea of summer vacation was to hook up this AIRSTREAM trailer that we had to this Chevrolet Kingswood estate station wagon. Do you remember those?
Yeah.
Little fake wood on the side.
Yeah.
That was the vehicle. Now the safety conscious pilot would put us 3 boys in the AIRSTREAM before departure. Put my mom in the right front seat, turn right down the driveway, make a beeline for the campgrounds of Arizona. Maximum possible speed. No stopping, nothing. 100 miles an hour. So there we were, 3 boys, 8, 11, 13, playing tag in an AIRSTREAM trailer, 90 miles an hour. AIRSTREAM. When I was a boy at the downtown station, me and my brothers chomped at the bit, waiting on my dad's 2 weeks of vacation. Just came rearing to go on a big summer trip in the AIRSTREAM trailer. I kicks up the road, mess up the highway, adventure bound, rolling along the roads in the canyons, making our way to the next campground. The Chevy Kingswood way, 2 up in the front, 3 in the back, singing the song that he dragged his plane. That is seatbelts and traveling lamps in the AIRSTREAM trailer, kicks up the road, ranks up the highway, adventure bound, rolling along the roads in the canyons, making our way to the next campground. Retired and mama's by us home. Me and my brothers just all moved away. Didn't live for 2 weeks on a summer vacation. We pick up the old man and roll away in the AIRSTREAM trailer, kicks up the road, mess up the highway, adventure bound, rolling on the roads in the canyons, making our way next campground. In the AIRSTREAM trailer, kicks up the road, mess up the highway, adventure bound, rolling along the roads in the canyons, making our way to the next campground. Oh, we're making our way to the next campground. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, my mother was a university professor. This would be back in the 70s. She kind of grandfathered into it from the Teachers College, so she did not have advanced degrees. She got it up to a master's degree. And I don't recall her being a women's liver or anything at that time. Actually, this is in the 60s. But I heard my parents talking one night about her not being able to get ahead at the university, at UCLA. And just not being on an equal footing with the men. That's all I ever heard her complain about. My father said, well, what do you need to do? And for her, she thought it was to get her to finish her PhD. And for her field, that was at the Ohio State University. So, is there Michigan fans here tonight? She had to go there, that was the thing. She would have gone to Michigan, but the program wasn't there. Anyway, my parents thought it would be a great life experience for me to go over see the Midwest. Now, those I can tell from the age of the audience, you've had children. You'll know that to take a 12-year-old boy over to Columbus, Ohio, to be the only new kid in the 7th grade at Jones Junior High School, student population about 1,200. Not going to go well, and it did not. I was pretty lonely, just bitter, kind of mad, giving my mom a hard time, until one night, some kids from the neighborhood that went to that school, they come knock on the door. Said, "You want to come out? We're playing Kick the Can." Do you remember that game?
Yeah.
And one night, true story, and one night, maybe 3 hours playing Kick the Can with these kids, had more friends than I knew what to do with. Columbus, Ohio, as I look back on, it's one of the great moments, great times in my life. This is called Kick the Can. Eddie came in the neighborhood. I was just a young man. Used to sit out late on the school and wait in the summertime for Lord man. But we had no worries and we had no doubt. Never had a long-term plan. When we'd meet up on the street, just to get up a game and kick the can. Kick the can and you keep on running. Kick the can out and free. Kick out the can when you see it come. Come on, darling, take a kick with me. Used to chase some moon through the neighborhood and try to sneak past my old man. He just lay on the couch and said, "One day, boy, you'll understand." We had no worries and we had no doubt. Never had a long-term plan. When we meet up on the street, just to get up again and kick the can. Kick the can and you keep on running. Kick the can out and free. Kick out the can when you see it coming. Come on, darling, take a kick with me. Kick the can and you keep on running. Kick the can out and free. Kick out the can when you see it coming. Come on, darling, take a kick with me. In the heart of every old man, there's a little bit of youth. In the heart of every young man, there's still something to prove. Separate ways, but now and then we'll meet up again, just to reminisce about the good old days. We had no worries and we had no doubt. Never had a long-term plan. When we meet up on English Street, just to get up again, go kick the can. Come on, kick the can and keep on running. Kick the can out and free. Kick out the can when you see it coming. Come on, darling, did you keep it in me? Kick the can and you keep on running. Kick the can out and free. Kick out the can when you see it coming. Come on, darling, did you keep it in me? Come on, darling. Won't you come on, darling? Come on, darling, take a kick with me. Now, this next song illustrates how a fella can take absolutely shitty advice from one of his parents. And I hate to pick on the man, but the advice in question did indeed come from my father. How you can take advice like this is pretty bad and turn it into a money-making opportunity in the music publishing business. The advice was as follows. I'm over at the University of Dalhousie University on the Grand Banks fishing grounds, which is of great interest to my father because his avocation was flying helicopters, but his passion was sport fishing. So in the few times that he actually gave me advice in my life, it was always couched in some kind of sport fishing metaphor. So I'm over at the Dalhousie University. I'm reporting in to my mother on the grades, and he gets on the line. How are the Phillies? The Phillies is Marine Corps for girls. How are the Phillies? And I have nothing to report. Not for the whole first year, and I'm into the first semester of the second. How are the Phillies? Nothing to report, sir. So he got fed up with this. I think it bothered his manhood in some way. He says, son, where are you? You're over there on the Atlantic Ocean. You're on the Grand Banks, man. Now, the Sea of Love has got plenty of fish in it. And Dalhousie University co-eds just like the fish, just like the fish. They'll bite at anything. You just have to cast your line in a little harder, reel something in. I proceeded to ignore the advice assiduously for the next 30 years. So one afternoon on a Wednesday, I remember it to this day, a publisher calls, he says, Capitol Records A&R, the people who look for songs for their artists, they're looking for a follow-up song for Bonnie Raitt, the thing called Love. What do you got? In that instant, my father's sage words of wisdom come back to me. This is called Castellan.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And the irony there is I had to pay money to my father's estate for quite some time. And he was not a given man. Married folk here this evening? Jesus, not anymore. It's a thing of the past. My God. Ex-married people here then. In relationships, how about that? All right, there we go. I have learned in my marriage over the last 30 years, even when you don't know what the argument started about, and even if you don't know whose fault it was, learning to grovel is helpful. In all seriousness, knowing when to apologize, very important to keeping it going. Wrote this for my wife in a difficult time. This is called Judge and Jury. I can't make bail and I can't break it. Can't cop a plea or bargain. You're the only one I'm thinking about. You're the judge and jury in this town. The judge and jury in this town. You're the judge and jury in this town. I'll do the time and I'll pay my dues, and I'll walk the walk for loving you. You're the only one I'm thinking about. You're the judge and jury in this town. You're the judge and jury in this town. I ain't no remorse and no regret, 'cause the road is long and we're not done yet. You're the only one I'm thinking about. You're the only one I can't do without. You're the only one I'm thinking about. It's a judge and jury in this town. The judge and jury in this town. The judge and jury in this town. Thank you. Thank you very much. Many songs. As I read about this and went to the museum and went down there and read some more about it, what I took away from it was myself in that situation. I'm slightly claustrophobic as it is. I cannot imagine being 13,000 feet from hell, from the pit head, in a space about 18 feet by about 5 feet high, in the pitch black, cold, injured, being miners, knowing that the chance of being rescued was essentially nil. Myself, I'd lost it in the first 5 minutes. These fellas survived. This is called Spring Hill. jobs for the taking, good money to be made. Think folks was ancient history, this color to the sea. So down we went on the second shift on a clear October day. Not one man among us knew what was coming our way. In Spring Hill, there ain't nothing left but ash and dust in the Cumberland River. And ghostly voices whisper, coal dust and methane can do inside scene. It'll turn your world upside down, make you pray you were somewhere else. Then 13,000 feet underneath a cold, black, unstable shell. In Spring Hill, in spring, nothing left but ash and dust in the Cumberland River. INSHORE. I want to thank you very much for listening to us tonight. The best is yet to come. The live twos are coming up. I'd like to thank Club Passim for having us here. And the road is shorter ahead, so I'm very glad to get here now, even if the lead's lost. This is called the INSHORE. Are lying empty. I cannot feed my child. My wife's gone to work for a factory that will leave this shore defiled. My father fished before me, my brother like us too. And here I stand upon this deck with nothing left to do. I will go to sea no more, no more. I can go to sea no more. I must turn my back upon this shore. I can go to sea no more. To all he had, and he ran his boat aground. Insurance paid the loss to him, but will never replace the pride. By more, I can go to sea no more. I must turn my back upon this shore. I can go to sea no more. Banker's note or stay the auctioneer. I cannot fight this government that binds us to these piers. Our days are long since numbered here upon familiar shore. Tradition won't feed my family, I'll go to sea no more. I can go to sea no more, no more. I can go